Greetings, discreet defenders. Tonight we have the comparison video, kind of the unboxing, but anyway, this is the brand new Ruger LCP Max in 380 Auto. I am comparing it against the Ruger LCP II in 22 long rifle because both of them have 10 round magazines. They're 10+1 pistols. Now, there's really two dimensions that really matter. One of them is width, especially slide width, but overall width is important as well, and height. And if you can see, don't mind the garbage in the background, but the height difference is pretty minor between the Ruger LCP Max and the Ruger LCP II in 22 long rifle. The LCP II in 380 will be a little bit shorter, but these two pistols, being 10 round pistols, are really similar in overall height because of that little bit of a magazine extension on the 22 LR. Now, they're also really similar in overall width. From the back, it looks like the LCP Max is going to be a lot wider, but it really isn't. Length, of course, is identical, and not that we care about length because that's easy to conceal relative to the width and height dimensions, because the grip is the thing that most often prints. But there isn't a whole lot of difference in diameter, in width. And I will just briefly put the caliper on that and show you guys. Even though you can go to the Ruger website and look this stuff up, crap, I still haven't replaced the battery on this thing. I get 0.898, so basically 9/10 of an inch wide. The LCP II in 22 long rifle, which is theoretically identical to the LCP II. And the width on the LCP Max is 0.899. So yeah, there really is not a significant width difference. Now, big question, does the Max really fit in LCP II holsters? Well, this is the LCP II holster. So we're about to find out together. I haven't done this yet. Will the LCP Max fit in an LCP II holster? Oh yeah, if I get my finger out of the way. Yeah, fits perfectly. In fact, I think it fits better. The LCP Max actually fits this holster much better. And I don't really like this holster. It doesn't quite cover the mag release. But yeah, the LCP Max fits perfectly in the LCP II holster. Well, the retention is adequate. Why does that feel smoother? That's just really nice. All right, I gotta stop doing that. That's addicting. Okay, so holsters, yes. LCP Max fits LCP II holsters, definitely. Slide width is identical. 10 round magazine on the 22 LR version of the LCP II. 10 round magazine on the LCP Max 380. Height difference on those, boy, they're just about identical. Really similar height. Very different design. Obviously, the LCP Max, being a double stack 380, is a very different design, but ultimately they're the same length magazine. Same length magazine, same length slide, almost identical height, almost identical width. LCP Max is just 10 rounds of 380, and the LCP II is 7 rounds of 380, well, 6 rounds of 380, or 10 rounds of 22 long rifle. So I gotta say, I think the LCP II in 380 at least is obsolete, because now there's the LCP Max. One more dimension everybody wants to know about, of course, the weight. This is kind of another big one. All other things being equal, there's probably 9mm you can get that are almost as small as the LCP II, but they're going to weigh a heck of a lot more. With the magazine, 10.8 ounces. LCP II 22 long rifle version, 10.97 ounces. I mean, the LCP Max is just slightly superior in all the dimensions that matter, except, of course, yeah, here's the garbage they give you. I mean, the manual is useful, but here's the one thing I did want to put up there. 10 rounds of 40 grain 22 long rifle, weighs a bit over an ounce. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that's 10. 10 rounds of 380, 92 grain S&B full metal jacket. 3.5 ounces. So when you add the pistol, brings your total up to 14.3 ounces. That's a little bit more than the 22 LR with its 22 LR ammunition. 12.2 ounces. So yeah, it's a couple ounces. It's a good couple ounces heavier loaded. The LCP Max is a good couple ounces heavier loaded than the LCP II in 22 long rifle. Capacity is identical. Dimensions virtually identical. But one is 2 ounces heavier with its ammunition, because its ammunition is heavier. You decide whether you're comfortable with 90 foot-pounds of energy, like these velocitors, or you need, these are basically 130 foot-pounds of energy out of the short barrel, these little S&B target loads. It's up to you. What do you want to shoot? I'd take it to the range. I'd buy one of each, take them to the range, and see which one you like better. One big advantage, honestly, of the Max is that thing I featured in my short last week. That's the tritium sight. The tritium front sight, there's back sight is just a U-notch, but the tritium front sight does show up in the dark. That's a handy thing to have, potentially. The other thing is the last round hold open. Now, at first, this did not work on my LCP Max, and I showed that on the other short I did last week, so I do have to mention it this time around. My particular LCP II, the last round hold open, was the one thing that worked from the beginning, before the break-in period. Mid break-in, the Max has kind of cleared up the last round hold open issue. But other than that, the trigger pull, I'm not excited about the LCP Max trigger pull. And that's kind of weird, because the LCP II I have is a rim fire. And yeah, take the safety off, the trigger will probably pull a lot better. It's actually lighter. I can't believe there's a rimfire pistol out there with a lighter, well, maybe it's not lighter, but it's less ping. There's less ping. I don't know how to describe it. There's less vibration. It's a slightly crisper trigger pull on the LCP II Light Rack 22 LR than on my particular LCP Max. Not sure about the quality controls on this gun. Your mileage may vary. But I gotta say, yeah, cock this thing, and then you can put the safety on. I love both of these pistols. I would carry either one. I don't have a problem with 90 foot-pounds of energy. On a narrow little bullet like that, that's going to get penetration, no doubt. Or 130, 140 foot-pounds of energy on a nice wide 3.57 caliber or 3.55 caliber bullet like that. I'll take either one. My wife can pick which one she likes better. I like both of these pistols now that we have ammo that works in the long rifle, in the LCP II, and the obviously the LCP Max we haven't had a hang up with so far. 74 rounds into the break-in period. I'd carry either one of these. So far well, we've got the pocket holsters, of course. I don't know how much you want to see of this. Mag Lula comes. This Mag Lula is worthless. Oh, let me just demo this in the LCP Max. The Mag Lula they include with the 22 LR, you absolutely have to have. It's mandatory. You cannot load the magazines without the Lula. But the Mag Lula for the LCP Max is kind of ridiculous because 380 is such a short cartridge that it barely hooks. Yeah, and then you try to... you can barely get the feed lips under and then push it back and load another. You can barely get the ammo under the feed lips. Really, the Mag Lula is just annoying as can be. And there's really no need for a Mag Lula on a 380. On a 10-round 380, even a little mini double stack magazine like this, because I can get these rounds in, whereas I cannot load. Well, I can, but it doesn't really work right afterward. You have to use the Mag Lula to load the 22 long rifle magazine, the LCP II and 22 LR. Have to use the Lula on that one. But yeah, there you go. Got the magazine just about loaded. The other thing is, and this is probably a break-in period issue as well, but okay, yeah, it is a break-in period issue. I was going to say, at first the spring on this magazine was so tight, you almost couldn't load all 10 and get the magazine in properly with the slide closed. Real easy to do it with the chamber open, of course. And that's pretty simple. Clear that. No need for a negligent discharge on camera. But yeah, there's the comparison between the LCP II in 22 LR and the LCP Max in 380. Both 10-round magazines. So theoretically 10+1 firearms once they're good and broken in. Again, the mag springs are a little tight. I'm not sure I would trust it right out of the box. I'd probably put 10 rounds in and then chamber the top one. Instead of doing 10+1, I'd do 9+1. I'd probably do that also with the 22 LR, honestly. But if you buy one of these two pistols, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's my informal unboxing comparison video between the Ruger LCP II in 22 long rifle, which is a fantastic firearm, and the Ruger LCP Max in 380 ACP, which is also a fantastic firearm. Thanks, folks. This has been Dave for DDR. Have a great week.